Hey, Cailen Ascher here, the founder of Yoga Biz, and today I am sharing 3 truths that no one tells you when you're first starting a yoga business, or any business for that matter. Now, in yoga, we're always talking about authenticity and openness, but often we're only given half-truths when it comes to starting our yoga businesses. And I don't think it's because anyone is trying to mislead you, but we don't want to scare you either. So I think that we often hold back and only share the fun, go-getter, fluffy stuff that really pumps you up and makes you excited, but without sharing that other side of it, about what it really takes to turn this passion you have for yoga into a business. Now, just like your yoga practice, starting a yoga business takes time, it takes work, it takes consistency, and it takes a lot of heart. It's the hard work that nobody wants to do, but I know that you have it what it takes, and the reason I know that is because you are here with me. You see the value of investing in yourself and your business. You know that it takes time, you know that it takes education, and you show up every week, you read my blog posts, you check out my videos, you probably follow a lot of other business experts out there, and you're creating this toolbox of information for yourself, and that's why I know you're ready for these 3 truth bombs, basically, that I have for you today. And the first one is, and I mentioned it throughout the opener, is that it takes time. Maybe you had this thought when you first finished your teacher training that you'd pop out of teacher training and in 3, 4, 6 months you'd have a fully functioning business up and running and you'd be making an amazing salary. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this rule, and if you're one of those, get in touch with me. I'd love to hear your story. But for most of us, it takes time. And it takes probably more time than we're hoping. But it can take a year, it can take 2 years to rise to the level where you're making a comfortable, solid, steady income. It takes that much time to build your following in person. It takes that time to build your following online. To have all those components of your business come together and synthesize, it takes time. And like I said, it can take a year, 18 months, 2 years, maybe more, depending on if you still have a full-time or a part-time job, to get your yoga career up to the level that you're hoping it to be at. But that is an okay thing, because if you have vision, if you have heart, and you're willing to give that time, you are going to be endlessly rewarded by having the career you've always wanted and totally deserve. So that's truth bomb number 1. It takes time. Truth bomb number 2, it's hard work. It's really, really, really hard work. If you thought handstand was a challenge, if you thought some of those crazy arm balances that we move into in yoga class are a challenge, if you think committing to daily meditation is tough, try building a business. It takes just as much commitment and dedication, if not more so, than any other practice, because it infiltrates so many areas of our lives. It affects our personal life, our financial health. It, fulfills us, hopefully, on an emotional and spiritual level. There's so many elements that go into building a business that it can really pull us in different directions, and it is tough work. But the trick is to not shy away from the challenge. Embrace the hard work, and when you open your heart and your mind to growth, when you're willing to do the tough stuff, that's when you see the results. Because when you're willing to do the tough stuff, you have already put yourself ahead of 95% of other yogic entrepreneurs out there who give up when the going gets too tough, when the work gets too hard. When you see it through in those times, that is when you're going to really see your business take off, and I can promise you that. And the last piece, and it kind of ties into the previous one, the last truth I want to share with you is that you will want to give up. At some point along the way, you are going to question, is this worth it? Should I just give up? Do I really have what it takes? But when you have that moment, when you have that almost breaking point, you are almost there. The thing is that we have those breaking point moments when things are about to break for the better, when things are about to give, when you're about to make an amazing connection with someone that is going to open so many new doors of opportunity, when you're about to get a flood of new support from your online community, when you're about to get a huge payoff and land an amazing job. That is when we're about to give up, because we've been putting in the work, we've been putting in the time, and we're not seeing the big result yet. and we're about to step away. But we're right on the brink. It's like in yoga class when you're in this really, really challenging pose and you're like, heck with this, I'm getting out of this. And just as you're about to leave the pose, the teacher says, 3 more breaths. Hold it for 3 more breaths. And suddenly there's this renewed sense of, yes, I can do this. You stick it out, you hold it for 3 more breaths, and you accomplish the big, bold pose. Same thing goes for your yoga business. I'm telling you here and now, give it 3 more breaths. Stick it out because it's just about to break, and you will undoubtedly see why you needed to hang on a little bit longer. Something amazing is just around the corner for you. So I hope that these truth bombs didn't scare you. I hope they invigorated you and made you realize how amazing you are, that you are in this, and that you are giving it the time, you're doing the hard work, you're seeing it through. It is putting you ahead of the game. It's setting you apart from so many other teachers out there. You can do this. And as always, I am here for you, and for more business and marketing advice just for yogic entrepreneurs like you, head on over to CailenBiz.com and I will see you there.